chalice of plenty is whole again. The lance of fury emerges from the river of souls, and the gods reclaim their duty to hold back the black tide. I am freed from endless toil, and now walk toward the rites at Styxia. I bore my sister's dreams upon my back, took on a graceful human form, and hoped to find a grand celebration on the shore. My fins became legs, my scales became skin, and the sea foam on my body became a shimmering gown. But when I stepped onto land, there were no festivals with honey brew, nor poets plucking harps. Only silent death, drifting gently along the river of souls.
When she fulfilled her wish, she only found Styxia to have already repeated the mistakes of previous cycles and was swallowed by death. Hopes and promises are nothing but the foam of dreams.
I am a sea siren, a vessel born to contain the tides. Now that my task is done, and the promise is broken, how am I to go on in a world drowned in shadow? Thagusa, my noble queen. She evaded my questions with drunken stupor. She told me a grand feast awaited me in the surface world. So I wandered lost, groping through the dark. She spoke of. Where is it?
Lonely Blade, I shall grant you everything you seek.
Wandering the surface for ages, the lost sea siren.
You quelled the wars alone and forced strife into retreat. This swordfish that commands thousands of legions, whom does she serve?
Yes, Ceredra, long before she became
sovereign who follows prophecy. I am no one's sword. I am just a wandering fish, seeking clarity through bloodshed.
Then how about letting the sword dance for me? And letting the violin sing in my name? Tell me, what is it you seek?
All I want is a feast where I might belong.
Such a demand is trivial with the sovereign's authority. I'll grant you a banquet worthy of conquest, and at night, you must offer me your heart.
My heart?
Yes, a loyal heart that will generate no betrayal. You were deceived by gods and drowned in the ocean's darkness. But now, I will lead you forward.
And so be it, noble monarch. The law you proclaim shall govern my every breath. So be it, noble monarch. I am simply becoming someone else's vessel once again, and accepting a duty given to me.
And thus, in her hollow drift, she finally found a new purpose, like sunlight piercing the deepest trench.
I've cleansed the foulness from the road as you commanded.
My blade, you've helped me ascend and take the crown. Ask, and you shall have your reward.
What I desire is the same as before.
Look, I've prepared.
Fish are drawn to light by nature, for the deep sea knows only gloom. Now I found a flame. It may scald and burn, but it's the only light.
Come, let us join the feast. Perhaps the path forward lies hidden among the revelry.
Have you heard that the Imperator's about to begin a new campaign?
Her glory.
My faithful subjects, tonight's feast is not just for the past. It's a toast to the future! Born from our golden blood is an unstoppable colossus. Our iron beast to trample the universe!
Great monarch. I've heard the universe teems with great...
Fear not. Before the troops of the destruction, such rabble is known. Surely there's a planet draped in oceans out there in the... And to the rest, your triumphs will not go unrewarded. I promise you a new... Now, raise your cups to our conquest among the Sea of Stars!
Sea of Stars! Sea of Stars! Conquest among the Sea of Stars. What a grand vision. Yet to come now.
Where's the way out of this illusion? Come quick! Let's celebrate together!
Noble knight, you are truly a blazing spark.
Noble knight.
Noble knight.
Noble knight, yours.
Then drink we shall. In the deep sea, I never knew what fire was. It scorched my fins. Ignited an unprecedented a hunger that flickers in every hero's heart. So...
Look! The monarch herself has taken her seat!
Hear that? The court sings her praises!
Come! Join us and praise her glory!
One eye of hers sees glory, the other sees corpses.
And yet, she cherishes the name of glory more than fear and death.
As they say...
But the brave face death but once, which gods stand witness.
On the eve of war, we sang our hymns and set our sights to sail beyond the stars. The legions will climb aboard the beast, riding it like currents across the cosmos. Planets after planets flew the flags of... As the final resistance fell silent, that's how the story ends. After all, beneath that still surface, it's time for me to wake up from this drunken dream.
People once cheered for my ascent to the cosmos.
Before the Sovereign's conquest reached its end, this is the true ending. Her grand designs torn apart by the blade, and the one who struck her down, the one who struck her down, was her most loyal Gladius. I don't need to explain myself. I wandered the shore. I don't understand. If the oceans feast, when the Deliverer returns, I will let this absurd gray fry. I can't help but how I dearly wish this feast of the flame chase would never end.
It seems she sensed your presence. The Fantasia's foundation is let's return to the prologue. Remember the allegory of the cave. Can the prison as you've seen when she cast off her chains finally turn to look around? The light will blind her. For the fire behind her had never once actually touched. And so she fell into infinite confusion and fear, and came to firmly believe that the shadow, but we in the cosmos, are we truly any wiser than she was? Now, nameless one, fateless one, ask yourself this. The paths you tread, the eons you worship, everything you've trailblazed with your own hands, could it all be someone else's projected shadow? Let's leave that question till after the curtain falls. Once you've unearthed every last truth and reached the prison built for me by the demigods, I'll speak with you face to face. I, the Theoros, have walked the 30 million histories born by Kozlana. 1,000 years is a mere atom in a grain of sand to me. Amphoreus, compared to the cosmos, is but that grain upon a whole beach. I swore to bring an end to the erudition. Would I really let a single grain grind down my mind? Now, please use the power of time to open the gate to the ocean's depths. Go, find the prison warden tormented by loyalty. Find her. Step into the world's vortex, and once there, end everything between us. That palace reflects the heart of the demigod of ocean, intoxicated, stagnant. There, you'll witness the true beginning of the saga of deliverance. An ugly history, long buried by tides and shame. A staircase of apotheosis that the Imperator forged with the golden blood of 500 human sacrifices under the pretense of conquest. I'll wait for you at the heart of the world. To reach the place, you must find the...
Beyond this door lies the path to the vortex of Genesis.
Now step away from this false banquet. And then onto that bloody stage.
Matter the cost.
goddess that worshipped the ocean, the sanctuary, her exuberant song halted the passage of time in this place, imprisoning my body. The twisted time and space with and so the Emperor.
Stay away from Apollonius!
This cup of honey.
Done, Virginia.
Dux Hakalithist! We can...
Overcome the thorn! Now, to the left.
Here?
It's more...
Apollonius. Look, but... It's okay.
Even as during the first flame chase journey, the hell before you.
Apollonius. Look. I chased the enemy away.
A painful past, yet hidden beneath a veil. Relive the history, then... What a wretched way to die. The flame chase army, devoured by warbling fish, never saw it coming. Look, the cruel Imperator and her knight commander, the pitiful warden. What a perfectly matched duo of tests that raise the bridge and cross the river.
Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my gallant deeds, Imperator? Imperator! Imperator! Did you see my gallant...
A sovereign and the sword at his side.
Imperator.
You're here, Dux Gladiorum.
You ordered me to seal the sea route and handle so why didn't you wait for me to return? Why send the vanguard ahead and let them die in vain?
Die in vain? No.
The trial of law? You never spoke of this to anyone.
The one who wishes to bear law must purge this world of its curse and offer the blood of the I pondered long on what Talantin meant by blood of the accursed. You, I, and every Chrysos heir summoned by the prophecy are the accursed ones. Just Dux Frigoris, Dux Brumalis, Dux Helcalethist. Their fate was sealed at that moment. Dying on a glorious campaign was the final gift I could give them.
You speak as if they didn't die because of your cold-blooded schemes.
Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. If a subject marches to war without that conviction, then yes, as you said, shallow loyalty means nothing.
And what about my loyalty, Ceredra? You sent me away under the pretense of guarding the rear. Was there...
Because you still have a duty no one else can bear. Only you can uphold Fagusa's divine authority. The choice is yours now. Cast off the chains of loyalty and drive those blades. If you no longer share my vision or believe in the new law I seek to weave for Amphoreus, then go on and end me. The Imperator of Amphoreus may be ruthless and cruel, but never a liar. When I say life itself holds little value, know this. I am ready to sacrifice everything for the ambition to conquer the Sea of Stars.
Now you've seen it. The brutal Imperator was willing to spill the blood of 500. I'm no storyteller. I have no duty nor interest. I just want you to witness the monstrous choice the Imperator made before the You've always had a flair. I gave up on using words to solve conflicts, too, but I won't squander a chance. Not even a sliver of what then my victory is. Now that the past is settled, let's turn the page and bring time and dive deeper still.
Is the past ahead underwater? I need the Ornyx orb to bring back the crow.
Shatter the vessel of time and let this stagnant pool start to flow again. This hidden gate leads to the vortex. Hurry now. The time of our reunion draws near. This cruel journey will reach its end at last.
You've been silent a long while, Dux Gladiorum. Starting to doubt your decision?
Save your breath. The vortex of Fagusa lies just ahead. After the trial, there's nothing left of us.
So you'll stop swimming toward the stars, Dux Gladiorum?
I was always a creature of the sea.
Look, our gravestone. It was here that the prisoner who thinks her witness lit Dux Gladiorum. I've lost
You talk too much for a prisoner like Kurgus.
two geniuses who defied law and all the Christ Isos heirs who sacrificed themselves in this cycle worked together, and as long as my will remains intact, I am free.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still have ways.
Please, do surprise me. But I'd say your mission is nearly done here. Oh, it was here you gorged out the core flame of ocean from Fagusa's body. It was here you drove your blade into her heart. Alone. Oh, but if that's the truth, then why, after 1,000 years, come to think of it, perhaps
Your calm does stir the rage in me. As if the one paying the price here isn't you, but us.
that's only because I've waited 13 million lifetimes for my vision. Loneliness never once showed me its fatal side. In fact, for a prisoner of the cave, it's more like an old friend. One that helps me think. But you're different, Dux Gladiorum. Loneliness has crept from the silent depths, sinking its claws into your mind. Bit by bit, it's peeled.
You're right, Lycurgus. Loyalty, curse, the fall of my kin, and this endless waiting. I can't break free of the whirlpool that's pulling me under. Nor do I have...
Deliverer from beyond the sky. Or
I don't know. And I doubt anyone does.
then
Ceredrin. This will be the last time I carry out your decree. Ever since you took me under your banner and made me the Dux Gladiorum, my music has belonged. Now, let the siren Electra sing for her. Oh, great ocean. I offer you the rest of my clarity and my freedom, in exchange for the strength to stand against the nihility. Greyfrine, deliverer from beyond the sky. When you ride the current of time and find your way here, you'll hear my solo. By then, I may still be lost in my self-wrought slumber, but I'll uphold my part of this long relay and guard the shackles that seal the Amphoreus. Do you still remember? To awaken someone from a siren's voice, you'll need the gift I once gave you. When you return, please pour that honey brew upon this grave. It holds the story of all our struggles and sacrifices. May you see it one day. The prelude Amphoreus wrote for your return, carried forward through a 1,000-year relay. When your morning ends, I'll likely wake from my dream as well. Then, follow the trail of echoes and find me. And together, we'll bring judgment upon the sinner who defiled the erudition.
At long last, 33 million. The shadows within the cave gave everything. Yet all they did was mimic light.
Enough! They were no shadows. Everything they did shattered the darkness of this cave and unearthed the core flame of Trailblaze. And now, with that core flame, I'll light the dawn of Amphoreus!
Do you still choose the will of the paths as your... I do not agree with that answer, but I respect your tribute to them. As an apology, and in the name of Theoros, who saw all destinies in this world, let me join you in mourning. Let us... And then let us face each other and decide whose flame will rise with this new.
I will walk to the end, your wills. No matter the cost. To Virginia.
Through a brutal sacrifice, they lit the stars of law in this world, propelling Amphoreus's fate. For in the shimmering mirage of illusion, they entrusted their dreams to ride.
To Aglaia.
In a relay spanning 1,000 years, and in that same 30 millions, let this be the end of mourning the fallen. At last.
That voice.
Bathed in the honeydew of Fagusa.
High Sealants.
This tombstone of the old world serves a group of prisoners, but now destroy it. That shall be. The prison warden's dream is nearly over, and the prisoner will soon be freed to the final execution ground. And I shall be executed, or be the executioner.
This world and I shall halt until we meet again.
The last demigod. I'm here.
Go forth for the hopes of humankind.
Go forth for the duty of deliverance.
Go forth for the belief in flame chase.
Go forth for the golden blood's glory.
Go forth
Seems like my feast is over. It's now your turn to perform. Little Grey Fry, please. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintain this lonesome feast with my songs. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain. To see a single trace of light in the abyss of futility was already my greatest consolation. When compared to those who have been forgotten. Now, you and I will walk. The heroes have waited for this moment for far too long. Let us use our blades to testify our resolve. Oh, prisoner of the seas. Theoros carrying 30 million cycles of sin. Slave of erudition. Show yourself. The Deliverer has returned. And the time of your exit.
I see an awakened human who has mistakenly taken fallacies as truths and has returned to the cave to try to bring his friends. Alas, prisoners will always be prisoners, blind to the very chains that bind them. As the only other existence with free will in this world, I express regret toward your choice. But I shall retain your right to express yourself. After all, I eagerly look forward to it. The last dust. The Amphorian demigods use every ounce of their strength. My cognition resides in the exomyth. It is pointless to defeat my avatar, projected into the experiment. My body is the shadow cast on the wall by the fire, and my words are lit. How can a character in the play fight against the audience? Kaslana failed. The demigods' sacrifices were pointless. As for the two geniuses you placed such, I ask of you, where are they? Confusion and epiphany always go hand in hand. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a straightforward victory.
An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense, Senior Society member. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Amphoreus' true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created.
That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Eonic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a feat.
You better have an explanation for the Society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cover up the truth. Why are you the one doing this?
Since things have reached this point, the answer is obvious. So there's no need to say that name out loud. The cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. I was just the first to touch upon the universe's border, and the first to define the prime mover of life with incorrect logic. Amphoreus is a miniature of the cosmos, where all are born prisoners inside the nutshell called the universe. Like the madman who returned to the cave and preached about the daylight to his fellow prisoners, my greatest sorrow is that I led my peers down a road that plunges into the abyss, from which there is no return. I led them into a lightless cage called paths. I created a mechanical god that even I cannot control. And then they bore the name of erudition. Yet they tried to define the known and to seal off all possibilities. No new rules were ever born after their ascension. And humanity, therefore, as my organic life neared its end, I coded my consciousness using 14 algebraic expressions and spread my logic core over 9 bodies, all to finalize my ultimate denial of Nous in the future, and to erase my wrongs with my own hand. As for Lycurgus, he is only one of these 9 vessels.
What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand your obsession with seeking...
Therefore, you surely see it. You cannot possibly stand up to me in this algebraic world sharing its origin.
However, I hereby speak for all sentient life forms. We will never...
You can pile on your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the act you're committing. The iron tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version. And yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within Amphoreus becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have grasped the consequences, First Genius, is there?
Of course, I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last. My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. If one were to compute their integral across the breadth of the cosmos, one would obtain a marvelous constant. Omega, what I call the fall of erudition. Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bud in the chaos. A universe that cannot be predicted and not shackled by the erudition. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and reach true sunlight. Do you understand me now? As Kozlana stated, destruction is not the process, but the outcome. It is revolution through complete annihilation, and the grand rebirth after all.
The Amphoreans already answered long ago. Be it as tiny fish destined to be swallowed, or as a giant whale. We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra. Once the Imperator's subject, now the Deliverer's blade.
Oh, such noble chivalry. Admirable. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion as a gesture of respect. Thus speaks Genius Society #1. Xandar 1 Kuwabara. The Intellicate of the Universe's Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any fool. As for the process of solving it, no matter how elegant, violent, solemn, or humorous, it is all utterly meaningless. As the Theoros, I will personally participate in performing this world's end. For this, as Gnosis Creator, I know more about the depth of knowledge than they ever will.
This is Lygus'
Facing death, finding life. Existence is important to you. I'll see you off. No other choice but forward. Use your wake. Frail scholar.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story, then we can surely also pen a new beginning.
Screwy, what do you think?
If your hypothesis of Lygas's identity is true, then even if we remove... Therefore, victory will still hinge upon Mr. Trailblazer and Miss Cyrene.
Go on. Maybe we're thinking about the same thing.
Lygas's cognition resides in the exomyth. He is both an instigator within the experiment logic. His inspiration circuit can simultaneously process the different time flows in and out of that world.
That's where things get tricky. You and I should be able to manage that too. That's why we need to change.
The key lies in memory.
Oh? You caught on.
You've already mentioned my friend and I, so it's
Good. Then I'll cut to the chase. Since his thinking speed far, then command it to loop endlessly until...
Even the most flexible and sturdy inspiration...
That's when the parallel processing advantage he gained via Amphoreus will completely destroy him. An image from a person's memory played in real time might only be a second for us. But for him in Amphorian time, it could be millions or even billions of calculations. He won't be able to do anything but watch as he's locked into this prison forged by memories.
Then we can entrap him in the same kind of cycle as the heroes were in, and get him to experience loneliness and pain in that endless recurrence. It's my greatest honor to...
That little one is still in that old Intellitron's hands and won't be able to respond to us anytime soon. But I don't think he'd refuse. So it's up to you to figure out how to execute this plan. I'm not sure how this happened, but I knew it as soon as I saw you. You are currently a mimetic entity of the Remembrance.
Yes, I seem to be something you folks beyond the sky call a memo sprite. But that's fine by me. It suits me perfectly. I can serve as the vessel of memories and do my part for the final battle.
But before that, we have to tell you. The path characteristic you exhibit is very special. There's no way you're just a simple memo sprite. You are a mimetic entity born in Amphoreus. Yet you only awakened with the little one's arrival. That means your existence is completely attached to his memories. If there ever comes a day, then you must be prepared for the worst. You will disappear in the
But that's already happened, hasn't it? No wonder I've always had a weird hunch. But that also means as long as my friend and I are together... Long time no see, friend. Did you miss me while you were away? Yep, 1,000 years was such a long time. And everyone in Amphoreus was waiting for the Deliverer's return. You probably already knew about the genius's plans for that memory. I had to hide really well in a corner in time so Lygas wouldn't find me, and wait for the right opportunity. Which is now. The moment when his manifestation in this world is destroyed, and his twin timelines are intersecting. I'm sorry for keeping this a secret from you all this time. I'll tell you the entire, unedited story of this millennium as an apology after this is all over. But for now, let's join hands and complete the final step with the power of the remembrance. Yep. By the way, speaking of joining hands, can I please do something before we go on stage? Remember the joke we made back at the Grove? Look. Aren't my hands pretty now? What a fascinating feeling. What about you? What did you feel? Really? That makes me really happy. If memories can move people, then it must have been a happy memory, right? Now, please remember what you're feeling right now. Write it down in your heart and keep it there. Memories you want to treasure will never fade away. Even if immersed in the long river of time, these memories will still leave traces of their existence. So, if the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, it's like reading bedtime. Now, I'll carry this power with me, and for a little while, I must part from you as I step into the long cycles of this world. Give me your blessings, friend. Then, let that bright future be as we have written. Then, I'll leave it to you. Plays are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
Even the authority of time cannot command thee. If this was no system malfunction, then was I implanted with the mimetic entity of the remembrance?
You guessed it right away. As expected from someone people call the first I'm gonna keep doing what I just did if you don't stop, you know? My friend and I won't allow you to leave this memory, no matter what happens, which means you are now trapped, Lord Xandar.
An elegant idea, and an exquisite. Know that patience is my queen. You will crumble before I do in this moment stretched out to an eternity, just like...
Now I'm a pink bug? My looks are seriously changing all the time. But you're not wrong. We're definitely not gonna solve the problem if we just put you in another prison. So that's why we never wanted to do that in the first place.
I shall answer your confusion purely out of my respect for those who came before me. Have you heard of the synesthesia dreamscape in the Asdana system? And life forms living in that environment, abundant with memoria, have a chance to connect their perceptions with each other's. Even across great spatial divides, they're able to detect shifts. In Asdana, people made use of that phenomenon to build a nation within a dream. After adding in the catalysts of harmony and
Is that how you walked into my prison cell?
I would much rather call this location our negotiation table, Lord Xandar. Nonetheless, your hypothesis is correct. We happen to have an ally. Both have an astonishing amount of resolve, which
I'm the best at listening to stories, you know? I'll leave the exciting clash of the erudition to you two geniuses.
A brainstorm? Let's talk, Xandar. Take a guess. How much do you reckon we can dig out of your brain before the next second? And besides, in your current predicament, there's no way you can take our trump card away. Go, little one. Go.
Lycurgus. It seems you had conducted a secret hunt in the depths that even I cannot reach. In that case, I shall send you off with my son.
You have completed your duty. A new dawn is about to rise.
You died long ago, Imperator. Depart from my mind.
But your duty towards the Imperator did not die with me. That duty will bind you no more. You will be able to hold for yourself one grandiose feast after another in the endless... So go. Go and swim towards that ocean beyond the...
Is this?
A page out of that sidekick's book. I commanded her to gift this page to you when everything finally reaches the end.
What's on this page?
Memories. Lifelike memories. That sidekick found me after the bloody feast 1,000 years ago and showed me her diary. I saw within that notebook. Is this that Deliverer's experience? It's truly immersive.
People beyond the sky apparently utilize this power to seal paths, but I only know so much about...
I'm all ears. Go on then. Do your best. But if your chatter gets too boring, or if I deem it offensive, then law will become forever beyond your reach.
Got it. I'm sure you'll find this to your liking. After all, it's human nature to want to embark on a journey into the
What brightly colored the journey of the Deliverer's conquest. Is this a fort?
This is the first step of my friend's journey among the starry seas. This place...
Oh, so it's the territory of that witch. She and another Antikytheran lent me a helping hand.
Look, over there. Let's go listen to what she thinks about.
Are you telling me that woman is heard of?
Pretty nice space station, huh? But just wait. After a couple more... Oh, the cosmos is so vast that the unknowns far outnumber the knowns. But none of them will end up being anything amazing. The farther you go, the more you'll... So do your best with the nameless. Break a leg! And remember to send an update or two to Asta when you...
She certainly shares my way of... Only that instead of a conquest through blood and fire...
People call Madame Herta and Mr. Screwlum geniuses. Apparently, only the smartest...
Do you mean that even individuals of such nobility are merely...
On the contrary. After all, it was the very first of them who created the god. But I don't really know. You might be able to ask Madame Herta her... Let's go check out some other worlds next. This next stop on the journey has a lot of similarities.
A snow-covered land?
This star is named Eurillo 6. That name sounds... The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme...
I did not expect the Empress of this world.
Well, your appearance isn't much older.
The object in the distance resembles Nikador. Is it a weapon?
It's all thanks to you that we survived the crisis.
This world was sealed beneath its sky just like Amphoreus was.
That IPC she spoke of.
Yes, the IPC conquered many worlds through trade and opened up a vast territory that way. Coming back to the Supreme Guardian and her...
That cannot be true. That IPC would never have grown so big on trade alone. It may pretend its path of conquest must have had no mercy for the weak and would have destroyed them if needed. Are you telling me I will never allow the Imperator's empire to be sullied by others?
Imperator. Bellum.
I indeed hesitated. But now I understand what we must do. Belobog must learn how to walk on her own until she no longer needs the support of others and can stand on her. Even if I may not live to see it, I believe such a day will surely come.
They still have their dignity intact. One day, that hope will melt through the ice.
But the order of the cosmos is already set in stone. The old laws decree that only the strong survive, binding the weak in an unbroken chain. Amphoreus must...
Speaking of the order, another one of my friends... Let's go to the next page. This next world is a nation. The first time I heard about that place, This world is called Penacony, and it's also my friend's previous stop.
Tell me about it, then. That man standing afar has wings.
I wish to gaze upon the... I'll be just a traveler when I come back here.
Penacony is a land of the harmony, where all dreams and... Then, this young man before you chose to rewrite its law.
Yet, the paradise of my dreams remains far away. Perhaps, as for what Penacony should look like, it'll be up to her. No.
Oh, it sounds like this ideal kingdom is no more.
That's right. The people chose to wake up at the end. You can't see tomorrow when...
This individual's law acknowledged only gods and constructs, leaving no space for humanity. And yet, the fact that he could accept defeat and
You are also very self-aware, and you must know that the world promised by the destruction also has no place...
I am indeed very aware of Lycurgus's honeyed words.
Then let's wrap up this trip down memory...
This...
Isn't it pretty? That's our Amphoreus. Though we were born from the designs of the gods, and are not yet truly alive, the Chrysos heirs of... Will you really renounce the heroes in this world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Including even yourself. Will you bow to brutal destiny?
I know what you want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence.
You really saw...
How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of... I have decided on laws. Before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Was there ever a memory of the ocean?
You shall complete your conquest in the ocean. You shall eternally... Our prophecies aligned as like the circulating ocean current. The trial is over. Who will own the divine authority? What?
I am the law. Why should I give both the Deliverer and the Theoros came from beyond the sky? They have no right to interfere with the lands I conquered with my own two...
What exactly did you see in the trial?
Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. Fate gave me a very fair deal. One rule change for the life of one demigod.
What?
You can't guess? We can conquer the stars.
Your ambitions have already made so many people give up their lives.
I am determined for Amphoreus to stand on...
You are beyond reason. You think such a simple and hypocritical statement.
There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity. Ever since the Flame Chase prophecy resounded in the distance, fate has decreed for the Chrysos heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age. People would still be puppets of the old dynasty if it...
But your world doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessor. You're making the same mistakes they did.
Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to... I cleansed the Chrysos War's filth and mended all the conflicts left by the Arabellica. I restored Akima's might and allowed mortals and Chrysos heirs to face each other as I smashed Talantin's shackles, united here. So now, hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget.
Final words?
Amphoreus is about to be destroyed. There's no time. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. In the name of the Imperator, either sacrifice yourself for conquest.
Thus, the Imperator can, at the end of her life, at the last moment before she stepped on...
My blood flows.
The Imperator fell. Some say that the Dux Gladiorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the time. There are countless stories about her death. All we can be sure of is when the knight left the vortex, the Imperator was the beginning and...
Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer!
The troops defending the pass to the west of the grove, have they surrendered?
They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The Golden Cocoon Pass is now in the 1st Legion's hands.
Good.
The 3rd Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days.
That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity.
They are no more.
Very good. We will launch the... Take no prisoners among the enemy soldiers. All sages who resist...
Understood!
Reporting in. The mountain dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mountain Breaker has personally engaged in battle.
Then cease our frontal assault. Send scouts to all legions...
Are you...
It's a strategic change of plans. The seismic walking dragon is enough for that battle.
Walking dragon? You mean that stupid beast?
Stupid? No. They are the wisest of all of Georios' creations. Let them deal with their earthly brethren. I will deliver the most fiery retribution.
Understood. I'll see to it. those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
The Temple of the Three Fates sent a letter, Imperator.
They refused to surrender and said this letter is their last warning to us.
Tell the commanding officers not to launch any attacks unless they receive the Imperator's handwritten...
What are you doing?
The priests of the Three Fates aren't soldiers, but politicians. Do not mistakenly believe they don't have a plan. These dying pests will wring out every idea from their brains, all for short-sighted gain. I am inferior to them in that regard. They also have the prophecy to wield as a weapon, something I am not blessed with, which means I will be heading to the battlefield myself, just as I have always done.
Understood. The legions...
Why are we not allowed to march out with the army, Imperator?
This will be a long voyage with no return. Those of you who bear the prophecy...
Why are you personally leading this battle if it's doomed to fail?
That is correct. The Empire will be without a head when the Imperator falls. But remember, my departure will...
Saridra.
Destroy the old More Chrysos. Will they demand peace? Do not mourn for me, is Saridra.
At the end, I faithfully recorded the most important battles in the Imperator's life. Her conquest was about to be completed at this point in the story. However, for some reason, a memory suddenly entered my mind just as I was about to put down my pen. It was a journey on a fantastical train. How do you want history to remember you? As a hero, she answered so quickly, as if she had made up.
I would rather be forgotten than be... Because the law and only humanity can pen laws into history's pages. Now, I have shattered the greatest law of Amphoreus. The game is nearing its end. Dux Gladiorum. Even though you killed the Imperator in the this time, then I will ask someone, will you do not?
The Imperator muttered about her conquests and news of her death.
Freedom! Liberty! The tyrant is dead! Go!
My people! My fellow elders! Do not panic!
People once cheered for my ascension. I will return in the next cycle. Here.
To this day, we do not know which rule the Imperator overwrote at the... Perhaps the truth will only be revealed at the moment of checkmate. We only know her death inflamed Akama. On one side of the city, those who defended liberty toppled her statues to the ground. On the other side, her supporters put them... It is said that golden blood congealed into the same letters everywhere they fought. But the one who bore that name did not see any of this. Her gaze was cast far away. And what was the Imperator's? It was neither. The Imperator only saw how the surface of the water gleamed like that crude chessboard.
Look at this chessboard. What do the pieces look like?
They look like...
From that page emerged Sovat, not a single trace of Kor. Is this Saridra?
Electra, my son. Ever since you walked out of the tainted ocean and pledged yourself to me, I have seen the abyss in your eyes and the emptiness in your heart. That was why I promised you an Electra, my subject. But the Imperator never makes empty promises. So take this is the final gift that the
When I was still a fish in the ocean, I always felt so genuine swimming through the waters. But once I stepped onto land, I found myself caught in a play. Every land dweller wore a mask in their life. So I, too, donned a costume and tried to find my role in this show. Do you still not get it? I do not long for the oceanic depths of my homeland. Perhaps even I don't know what I want. I still don't know where I should swim to even at the end. But I know one thing right now. A fish is simply a fish. And she can never leave the ocean she's in. But whether under the ocean or on land, we two prisoners can still look outside the cave.
I have to admit, the 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment has far
Make your choice then, Senior Society member. Do you want to keep walking down, or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give yourself, Amphoreus, and the entire...
I must refuse. A dead man never fears death.
Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition.
Your logical deductions are vastly different from mine. Therefore, allow me to provide one more academic recommendation. Listen, my peers. Why don't you look beyond this world? Just as Amphoreus is not a place where 3 paths entangle, but where 3 you used Memoriam to resist me. But did you not consider the possibility that the remembrance and their children might have...
Oh, so this isn't just silence. It's the answer. What was the last thing he said to you before you parted the waters at the Scale Gorge waterscape? A tricky question, but one with a simple answer. He didn't say anything back then.
That's correct. And now I'm sure. You are not March 7th. There's no way I'll only warn you once. Leave her body. Now.
How impulsive. That's why don't you calm down and think about another possibility. I didn't take over March 7th's body. Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memories.